The Primordial Tyrants Utahraptor TLC, or, well, Utahraptor is now here. Now, I say TLC because we had an old Utahraptor mod, and now we have this one, which is a complete rework of the old one. This is a brand new mod that's came to the game with 7 subspecies, a whole host of new sounds, new animations, new attacks, everything. And this is so much better than the old one. So here it is. Here is the model. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And when you look at the colorations of the male and female on the standard skin, this is the male, this is the female. Colorations are a little bit duller on the red. The orange bits go to more of a dark red instead. Dark red, brown's more faded, less saturation. Let's go to the subspecies. There are 7 subspecies to go through. Now, of course, it's Utahraptor Ostromaci, and you've got variation 1, which is this one. Very nice one. This is feathers on the brow or something like that. And then you've got beard only, which is variation 2. So you only get that beard fluff there under the neck. Then you get brow feathers. So you get feathers on the brow. So what this one actually meant before, you have the feathers and minus the brow, so you don't have the brow feathers. Okay, that's what makes sense then. So this one has the brow feathers and all the feathers as well. Then you have neck feathers, so this one has feathers on the neck as well as, well, I think this one actually, okay, so this one doesn't have the feathers on the back, but it just has it on the neck. Okay, that's the difference there. Then you get the full feathers, so you got the feathers on the back as well, and you get the feathers on the brow too, and that's variation 5, a beautiful variation there. Then you get the slim version, which kind of looks more like a different raptor. I think more like Deinonychus. I don't know, maybe not actually. That is Deinonychus. I feel like has a lot blunter of a snout, but I might be wrong there. Velociraptor, maybe, I don't know, but that is that variation 6. And then you've got the stocky version, which is just a lot bulkier. Now, my personal favorite is the full feathers version. I think that's everyone's favorite, truthfully. So let's go ahead in game and showcase this off. So here we have the baby Utahraptor, and one thing I do want to point out really quickly, this thing doesn't have an attack when you start with it. So technically speaking, you have to go to your attacks, sleep or whatever, go to a home cave, and you have to go to your head slot. It's not defaulted to be selected. Maybe that's a bug, but you do get a bite, and you then can unlock a heavy bite. You also have a front limb ability which you can equip as well for free, which is the claw attack. So we'll have a look at both of them on a test subject. But first, let's showcase the sounds for the baby Utahraptor. So, we do have our test subject. Now, I said it was going to be an iguanodon, but I've chose a lambio today. So, when we look at the attacks as a baby, they don't really do that much damage. I mean, truthfully speaking, you've got, whoa. Truthfully speaking, oh my god, this thing can jump so high. Wait, guys, look at this. You can jump so high as the baby Utahraptor. That's insane. I just tapped it once, you jump slower, but you hold it, and you go even higher. I did not know that. Anyways, so the attack on the baby is standard. I mean, it does a little bit of damage, like you can tell it does damage, but that's that. Then you have a bleed claw. Well, I don't know if it's a bleed claw, but it does a little bit of damage as well. And that's our test subject right there. Now let's go ahead, bring it to adult, and have a look at it with that stuff. So when it comes to your abilities, you get a whole swathe of abilities that you can do. You can literally almost fill an ability hotbar with the amount that you get. You get 7 roughly that you can equip. But of course, we get in your common category, you've got your 50% acceleration speed, you've got plus 5% attack damage, and minus 50% jump cost. Those are your standard common ability attributes. Then for your bites, you get two. You get a bite, standard bite, and you get a heavy bite, which is a strong but delayed bite, kind of like the heavy bite on that of Daspletosaurus and others like that. You get 3 senses. You get Lone Hunter, which is standard, we know about this one, but you get 2 brand new ones which are unique. Out for Blood, which increases speed by 2.5% when in combat. Then you get Fleeting Crouch, which crouching for 3 seconds will grant increased stamina recovery rate until uncrouched. You're able to move while crouched as well. For the front limb, you get the Claw Attack, and this is a claw attack that causes medium damage, but it increases the bleed rate of the target, which is interesting because under technicality there's only one attack here that does bleed. From Metabolism you get Hyper Carnivore and you get Scavenger, standard ones. Hide, you get 4 hide options. Airfoil, which increases jump control and lowers jump cost. Slick Feathers, which bucking and struggling while being carried will now drain enemy stamina by 30% faster. You get Standard, and then you get Thick Plumage, which is increased to bleed and venom resistance. For your other attributes here, legs, you get Leap, which increases jump height and decreases fall damage, and then you get Long Distance Runner, which is a standard ability that we know in the game. For your kicks here, you get Puncturing Kick, which is medium damage and removes armor from a target, and then you get this one, Winding Kick, causes low damage and increases sprint and stamina drain on target. Now, I've just noticed, this dinosaur doesn't actually do bleed. So there is an attack that increases your bleed rate of the target, but you don't do bleed. So that's something you're going to have to like use in tandem with a pack. Coordinate yourselves with that one. For your tail, you get the Back Dodge, standard from the Utahraptor, and you get the Tail Fan, which is a quick boost forward. And then you get 2 abilities. Bark, standard attack, or standard call. On all the raptors, increases the attack of all raptors in your group by 8% within 30 meters for 20 seconds, able to stack up to 10 times. Then you get Shocking Screech, which cancels active healing, speed, and damage buffs, which is really cool. Let's go ahead and showcase the animations of all these attacks, shall we? So when we look at the attacks on a target, we have our sad and yet happy, I mean that contradicts itself, we have our very sad happy Lambiosaurus. We can give him a bite and we can see what he's like. So with the standard bite, does a little bit of damage. You can kind of see it there on the Lambio. Remember, Lambio is a 3 slot, this is a 2 slot, so it is quite weak. But of course, you then get your heavy bite, which does a lot more damage. This is the attack you want to use, but it does have that delay, and it's got a 5-second cooldown. Look at that. It's quite good. Combo that with your standard bites. The attacks aren't chained together, so then for every standard attack, you could do 1 normal bite, or well, 3 standard attacks, 3 normal bites, and you could just tear away at the enemy. Then, of course, you get your claw attack, and then let's showcase the kicks. Now that was a little bit, it wasn't too bad, but yeah. The kick attack does moderate damage. I don't know if that knockback was like proper knockback there, but like it looks like it's just some form of knockback in a sense. It might not be. I mean, it doesn't say it does any knockback, but that was the Winding Kick. The next one is the other kick as well. I think this is the Armor Kick. Let's have a look at it here. Yeah, as you can see, same damage on that. Then obviously the other ones, you've got the Back Dodge, which I really like, and then Tail Fan, and then Bark. I mean, they don't do damage. So that's all the attacks for our Utahraptor. So for the skins, there are a lot of skins. There are about 18 skins that you can get for this mod. Start off with the default one here, which is really, really pretty. This is a gorgeous default skin. It's a standard skin. All of these are pretty standard. You get the albino and the melanistic next, and then you move into the other ones. You get the rover, which is a very pretty skin. Then you get wispy, which personally actually is my favorite one, especially with the default colors, the oranges, the whites, the grays. It just blends so nice. Barbary, another gorgeous skin. It looks like I might have had these already unlocked, but then you get the rust skin, you get the borealis skin, you get chickadee, then you get ruby, another one of my favorite skins. Taito, which is a gorgeous, very realistic skin in my eyes. Beryl, another really pretty skin again. Tegu, Cinnabar, which once again another favorite skin. A lot of them have a similar theme. Then you have the tawny skin, which is gorgeous, based off the tawny owl, I believe. Then you have the jaguar, which is another really pretty skin. Then you end on the birch, and finally you have red tail. Actually, come to think of it, this might be my favorite skin. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, that is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Now, that's everything to do with the mod. And that is that for the Utahraptor. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. One thing I do want to mention is the brow feathers are animated with this thing when it does the calls and vocals compared to when it doesn't have the brow feathers. So I do recommend having a look at that. I mean, it's pretty neat. I have also heard that this thing has a lot of unique calls. Like each call itself, each emote has a different call. A lot of them, pretty much. But that is the Utahraptor mod. This is a gorgeous mod. This is so pretty. This is probably one of the most well-made Primordial Tyrants mods in terms of its aesthetics in my eyes. This is a beautiful mod, and I gotta say, probably one of my favoritely put together in terms of its looks, in terms of the mods out there at the moment. I mean, it's up there. Dimetrodon's really pretty. The Zootoceratops is really pretty. There's many other really pretty mods. This one sits up there comfortably. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments down below. I'd love to know what you think. But it's out now for you to play and check out. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I hope you have a great day. Peace.